Hello, good morning. This just popped up on my phone, some weird old like YouTube title, so I gotta look at it. Good morning, everybody. We'll give everybody a little chance to get logged in. I gotta look at this. It said, I think I messed it up. Cleaning off the bead mat. No, that's not it. I was trying to get a back for my earring. So it don't go flying off. Unboxing February. Yeah, it is messed up. I don't know why it says that. I gotta fix it. Oh, I just forgot to change the title. Okay, let me change the title. Hello, good morning, everybody. We're gonna do some beading today. I'm being Pebbles. Okay, I got my earring hooba jobbers on there. We got that accomplished. Let's see. We are going to call this, oopsies, Design on the Fly with Thunderhorse, Descendant, and Dollar Bead Box, February 26th. Yeah. Save. All right. We got this. We got this. You guys, I just talked to Amber this morning, and she said that she's preparing to come down for the in-person baby shower on the train, and I'm super excited. So we were looking at train things, train tickets, and whatever. And I was like, I'll just come and get you in Minot. It's like 2 hours from here. And she's like, you want to just drive 2 hours and come and get me? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's North Dakota. That's not a big deal. Ow, that hurt. And she's like, no, we can't do that. So she's like, I'm going to rent a car. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, that's going to turn your trip into like twice as much money. I'm going to like this video. There we go. What? You guys can't hear me? What's happening? More drama? Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning, Sid. Good morning, Brandy. Good morning, Donna Dragonslayer. Donna Dragonslayer. Good morning. Good morning, Georgina. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Mary. Miss Mary. Good morning, PK. Thunder Chatter's receptionist is out this morning. The salesperson didn't show up. Oh, no. The new one? What is happening? Good morning, Leslie. Good morning. Oh, it's the Nightbot. Nightbot says, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I can hear you. Okay. Well, I just thought somebody said something about volume, and I was like, is it me? Is it a problem? I don't think it's a problem. She doesn't like the train schedule? No, she doesn't mind the train schedule. She just doesn't, she wants to rent a car when she gets to Minot and drive. Because it's 2 hours from Minot to Bismarck. And I was like, I will just come get you. Like, remember, if y'all have been around this channel for any amount of time, you know, I always take the train home. And they just have to come get me. That's just the way it is. I'm just like, I will be at the train station. It's 2 hours from home as well. It's just the way it is. Now we can hear you. Okay, good. I'm on time for once. Good. Oh, the person who's leaving decided not to show up. Okay, well, that's different. That's different. Let's see. What do I have to report? Today's Thursday. We have reporty things. I have my cup. It's backwards for you guys. It says, I may look calm, but in my head I've pecked you 3 times. This came out of a box we've unpacked from storage. Today is Thursday. Today we have a doctor's appointment for Squish. Get to go see Squish on the ultrasound. I'm excited. Because I haven't seen Squish in like 3 weeks or something, I swear. And I think they've just like turned into a completely different baby from 3 weeks ago. Things just got real hard in the last couple of weeks. Jeff even was trying to do dishes yesterday. Well, not dishes. I told him I took all this stuff. You know how you empty the fridge out? What's with this one little hair? You know how you empty the fridge out on a garbage day? Well, it's garbage day today. So the garbage has to go to the curb last night. So I was like, oh, I got to get rid of all the stuff in the fridge, you know? And I'd never do it when Jeff's home because he starts to raise havoc about, like, if things had gone bad and how come we didn't eat them and la-di-da-di-da. And I'm just like, right, but you ordered tacos 3 times this week, so not to point fingers. You know. Anyway, so I was doing all that, and then I had these, like, leftover things in Tupperwares, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to get rid of these. And I took them out, and then I got distracted, and they were all sitting on there. And then last night when Jeff came home, he was just like, I'll do that. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, you shouldn't have to do everything. And I was just like, that is a good point. I shouldn't have to do everything. And then he took out the trash to the curb. So I hope they pick it up today. It's so weird around here because so we missed trash last week. I hate missing trash. Many of you may have this experience. If you get a lot of mail, you don't ever want to miss trash day. Like we have recycling can and we have a trash can. And when we lived in Cambridge, we ordered one of the much larger recycling cans because we just get so much mail with, like, beads coming in and boxes and stuff from Amazon for the, the Amazon review stuff and just, all that. And it's for the business. And it's just like, you don't want to be missing garbage day. We've missed garbage day, I think, since we've been here, like 3 times. And now Jefferson told me he has rotten minnows in the garage. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I really hope they come today, but I don't know if they're going to because I didn't see our neighbors with their cans out. So I don't know if there's we're on a weird week or something's happening. I don't know. Hello. Good morning. Squish is growing fast. Yeah, Squish is growing fast. I think they're going to tell us. Show you Squish. Oh, Squish. Oh, Squish. Squish is doing squishy things. Squish is making it hard to, like, walk around. Walk around ain't really working too much anymore. A lot. And I think that's just going to get worse. Honestly. But whatever. It's fine. So yeah, I'm excited. Last time we went, they said Squish weighed 3 pounds, just about 3 pounds. They weighed 2.15 ounces or whatever, which is just about 3 pounds. So I wonder how much they're going to weigh today. I don't know how they tell from an ultrasound. But anyway, I'm excited about it. What else do we got to do today? Today we got to work on a SKU list. I keep saying that and have continued to not do so. Things and stuff. Hey, Hoot. What are you guys up to? Anything? Sorry, my phone is about to die. Uh-oh. Hello. Good morning, Rebecca. Dun, 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 dun. Good morning, Sassy Cindy. Good morning, Rosanna. I don't know if I said that. Do-do-do. Yeah, Squish is getting big. I was up last night at like 2, from like 2 to 3:30. And then this morning, I woke up when Jeff got up at like 5 something. And I was like, no, I have my alarm set. So I didn't actually get up until 7 because I was just like, I just got to sleep. I'm going back to bed. So I'm kind of like half in my jammies. I'm kind of pebblesing it today. I'm just like, we're going to do pebbles here. And that's what we're doing. It is what it is. What am I running over? Bunsen was being super crazy last night. I don't know what his problem is. But whatever it is, he's refused to come to work today. He said he ain't doing it. He's up there in bed too. He's just running around being a crazy cat. And I think it's because last night I've been staying down here later. I used to always feed them at 4:30. Well, then Jeff started staying at his office till 5, so he doesn't get home till like 5:30ish. And I'm just like, well, whatever. I'll just wait till he gets back. Lottie-dottie, whatever. And Bunsen is very upset about that. He's very upset. Okay, what do we want to make? What do we got going on here? Okay, so we have, these are our options. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I can't see. 1, 2, 3. I think these have to go in there. I just threw these in here because I didn't know what I was doing with them at the time. So this is what we got. What do we feel like making today? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Leah. And soon you will be able to actually see Squish kicking you. Yeah. Comfort is the name of the game. I guess so. Dun, dun, dun. Let it marinate. Do I want to make bracelets today? I don't know if I do. I don't think I do. So I'm going to narrow it down. Do orange. I want to paint those stars. When I paint those stars, I do talk to myself on the internet like a crazy person. I mean, that's fine. I'm fine with it. I think, you know what I need? You know what this needs? This needs a sunflower. And we should get patina paints out, which I'm sure we have. So we'll do that. That'll be good. Okay. So, I've decided going with this one. I'm going to use these little stars that Rosanna gave to me, but I want to paint them. And since I want to paint them, I'm going to get my patina paints out. I'm also going to paint one of them sunflowers that we ordered the other day because I want to put that in this one. This one? I think this one should have a sunflower focal necklace situation. So I'm going to paint it as well, and then we'll have it done. So, to the patina paints. I guess we're feeling ambitious today. I guess we feel ambitious today. Good morning. Hi, Christine. Okay, so let's get all of our business out here. Have any of you not ever patina painted before? We have ultimate paints as well. These are more woodland colors. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Alrighty. Let's see. I have never patina painted metal. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. We're going to do a little explanation as we go. This is your patina paint shaker. This is something that I just got this year, but it's very fun. Looks like this. You plug it in. I have a plug-in right here. I'm going to hope it don't short out the whole house, because I have not used it down here before. And you put your bottle in there. It shakes up all your paint. It's very important to shake your paint. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your paint. Oh, we got to get our pendant. I'm just going to paint both of them. Since we're painting, I'm just going to paint both of them. I'm talking about these guys. I ordered these on Bargain Bead Box. You get 2 for like $1 or something. These are for not this project, but since we're painting. Then you don't have to get all the paints out at the same time. Alright, so I'm going to pick some colors. So obviously, we're going to want some orange. Rust. Is that rust? No. This is antique copper. Which one is this? Carnelian. Carnelian? Carnelian's probably a better bet. And green? We don't have to do green, but I mean, when in Rome. We have jade. We have a pearl one. I don't want to use that. How about moss? Do I like jade or do I like moss? I think I might like jade. Okay, so that'll do for those two. We should have a little yellow for the center. Oh, that was a bad move. Where'd you get your shaker? I ordered my shaker from Ranger, but you can also get them on Amazon. They're generally the same price, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and then for the sunflower, I want to do yellow. So I have citrine, golden agate, citrine, regular agate. I think I'll do golden agate. And brown in the middle. Brown in the middle. Aged bronze. That seems right. All right. So, I'll show you what I got going on here. So I've got, these are patina paints for metal. They don't make them anymore, in case you're wondering. Now they make the ultimate paints. But you can still get these. You can get a few colors on Ranger. You can order them on Amazon. Like, you can still get them. So during COVID, they stopped. There's something they couldn't get for the recipe, and so they stopped making them. But anyway, so here we go. But the deal with these is, the pain in the patus with these is you see how it's all at the bottom? That's why we got the shaker, because otherwise you'll be out here for days trying to shake your patina paints, and it can be quite the issue. So I'm going to put them in the shaker, and then as they come out, we'll just have to start working with them. And then we'll paint our stuff. These ones I'm going to put on our beading for today. So here's your little shaker business. You just put it on there like that. Let's start with the green one. You just go like this, and then it's got a little thing. And then you just pray you don't short out the house. Ready? Oh, is it gonna fit? I don't want to short out the internet box. Hold on, Houston. We might have to go over here. Okay. I have to go over here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, something's in the way. Probably not. But here I am. Okay, say a little prayer. If I disappear, it is what it is. It's like we're going to be okay. It has little suction cups on the bottom, so I stuck it to that book. I'm going to move my mat out of the way. Okay, now you investigate the situation. This one looks pretty good. If not, you could flip it, put it in there some more. Okay, on to the next. We'll do orange next. Put him in there. You gotta make sure he's in there tight, otherwise they'll go flying across the room. Give him a little hot minute. My paintbrush is ready. I've got the silicone paintbrushes. And I'm going to need a little bit of water, which I can put in here. Go snag that up out of the... Actually, I'm not going to put it in there. I'm going to put it in one of these little cups that I already got paint in. That is awesome. I need to get one. And the containers for storage. Oh, yeah. This is the container for storage. This is Tim Holtz. This is actually for alcohol ink. And check out. So here's an example of how hard these can be to shake up. You see he's been in there for a long time. He's not going. It's got, give him a little 1, 2, 3, and then flip him around the other way. Got to make sure that little ball's moving around. These are, I originally got them because I didn't have the shaker and I wanted something to store them in, but then I also realized that I can shake everything by hand. So if you don't want to do the shaker, this is really helpful. But they look like this. They have a little plastic thing that keeps them in place in the bottom, and they're actually for alcohol ink. They're like $10. Alcohol ink storage from Ranger. Looking pretty good out of 10. Yeah, this thing, although it kind of seems like a pain in the patoose, it actually works out really well. I'm just going to paint these because they were laying on my desk. And, oh, I gotta get the water. I'll be right back. Yeah, the little shaker's like $20. Let's grab some tissue. And last one. This one is a metallic. Major pain in the butt. OMG, she's shaking paint with a tool. Yes, I am. I'll be shaking it. Remember, don't shake it too much. Don't shake it weird. You fall out of your chair, it'll be weird. Good morning. So here we go. After all that, no, orange. Okie doke. Let me see. I'm going to do orange in the middle. Metallics and pearls are such a pain in the butt to shake up. Okay, and then I'm going to do green on the outside, I think. Now, I'm just covering the whole thing like this. I'm going to go in with it, and I'm going to, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to go in and buff it out with like a sandpaper when I'm done. So I'm not concerned about how it looks right this second. I just want to get it on there without painting on myself too much. I'm also going to have to do the other side. And this way they'll match my beads. I don't hear that ball moving around. Why are you being such a pain in my butt? One more time the other way, and then that's all you get. Get your life together. Talking some sense into my patina paints over here. Okay. Yeah. Now, I think Rosanna said these came from Auntie's beads. I think that's what she said. I'm not usually so particular with my painting, but I'm trying to create a design. Hello, good morning. Get in there. Okay, that's all I get. Messing around with you no more. Okay, while those ones are drying on that side, I'm gonna switch over to the pendants. These will be for tomorrow's project or whatever day. Because I got to do the backs of these. Normally it doesn't take too long to dry. It dries in like 15 seconds or something. But I did put excessive amount of paint on. So. See how we did with this. See the bottle? It doesn't look like it's shook up very good, but maybe that's just deceiving. We'll see. Ooh. It's all bent crazy. Yes, front Auntie beads. From Auntie beads. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now these ones, see they got the little pendant in the front? I think these are going to be super cute. Let me switch to a different brush here and do the yellow. Might have to. These silicone brushes, they do, somebody sent me these. It was a Thunder Chatter surprise. I don't know who did it. They sent them from Amazon a while back. And they do pick up a lot more paint. If you were wanting to do not so much paint, a regular brush is good, but it will ruin your brush. And very seldomly, unless you rinse them out right away and you're like a good brushing paint person, that I am not, you kind of got to just sacrifice the brush. Silicone brushes. Yes, silicone brushes. You can get them on Amazon. You can also get them on help me out here. I don't know where these came from. Maybe they came from Vintage? Do these ones say Vintage? I got a pack. No. But they do pick up a lot more paint, and it's not soaking into the brush, so you're not losing paint. But it is a little harder to control, I ain't gonna lie to you. Now you can get all kinds of paint brushes. I generally just use whatever one I got laying around. Like this is a square one. This one got a little pointy tip on it, you know. It's Vintage. Hi, Stacy. Yeah, you can get them from Vintage, Stacy said. Now this is a pendant, so I am trying to be a little more controlled. I'm not normally. Normally I'm just like, slap it on there, let's go. But you know, today is the day that I'm focusing, I guess. Hey Google, put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Okay, I've turned on Do Not Disturb.
Thanks, Brody. Alright, there's one. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one before we switch to the brown for switch paintbrushes. You go over there. So as you can see, a little paint goes a long way. You just got to get it shook up. You'll know if it's not shaken up because it'll be really thin. Like if it's not right, it'll be really thin and it won't cover anything. And you'll be like, what the heck? Yeah, you'll know. And if that's the case, you just got to put it back on there for some more time. I always just shake them up, like if I want to hear that ball rolling around in there. It's the best time. Dun, dun, dun. You can also use your patina paints. Like I said, I'm kind of having a resurgence with patina paints and the stamps and the metal stamping and that whole gig. I'm kind of like really into that right now. So I've been kind of, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, you can use your patina paints also, especially the metallic ones, on leather. So if you have leather items, that's always a really fun time. So it's not just for metal, but it is designed specifically for metal. So are the ultimate paints. Now they have what they call the ultimate paints from Vintage. And I have those in the drawer. I will say we have used them kind of like compare and contrast. And what I find most of all about that is that the ultimate paints, although they've come out with a lot more different kinds, I will say that. Like now they have like stains and I don't even know what all. They got a pearl line. They've got like different finishes for them. I've seen a lot of things come out, but I haven't tried any of those. I've just tried the paint. And it was a lot thinner. These are a lot thicker and they cover better. Like you can see, like this whole thing is, it's covered. Their thing over there in making them thinner, I think, is like, they just want to take it out of I see these girls on, just passerby and Facebook. They just want to take it and like put it on there and then fill it in almost like not really as a paint, but as like a enamel type situation. And then they kind of take their little stir stick and they kind of make different color arrangements and things like that. So it is different. It's thinner and it takes longer to dry, which is not my favorite, but this one doesn't take very long to dry, and that can be a problem because you can waste a lot of paint that way. Like if you're screwing around, you don't know what you're trying to do, and it takes about 15-20 seconds for it to dry. So, just saying. There's positives and negatives on each. But yeah, I'm in it. I like to use my big kick machine still. That's actually for scrapbooking, and I use that for jewelry making. I use all those little embossing folders to make metal pieces. I'm surprised that they really got away from that. I don't know if that was a Jess Lincoln thing in particular from Sizzix. And I tried to go visit Jess's site the other day because she has her own site, and then she was like under construction, so I don't know if they're going through some things over there as well. Because her mom has a bead company, I think. I don't know. I'm not like immersed in the culture with all that, but I think her mom has a bead company. All right, now we can switch to the brown. Oh, I already got it out here. It's probably already drying up. If you're like, Randy, if it dries up right away, why you got it out here? It may have already dried. Oh, it was in a little puddle, so it didn't dry. It's trying to dry, though. Okay, I'm going to try to be very specific here with this. I don't usually do. The other cool thing about patina paint is that if you screw up, you can just paint over the top, right over the top of whatever you screwed up on. Doesn't even matter because the paint is that pigmented where I could just go over the top of this with yellow and you wouldn't even see it. Which I might have to do right there. But while I'm in the brown paint. Do-do. Concentrating, you can tell because I'm quiet. Alright, I think I got it. This yellow is a little bit, I don't know if it's from the brown or if it's from the yellow. It's kind of bleeding in there. I don't really care for that. So I'm going to let that dry, and I might have to go over it with a second coat. But you can see how they're turning out. And then when I go in there with my sand block, once it's all dry and I got it the way I want, it's going to pop out all the little silver. You wouldn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You could just leave it like this. Okay, and this would be cute if you got it all painted up the way you like. But I always like mine to look kind of vintagey, so I could go in with a sand block. It's going to pop out all the little leaves, which will be cute. Back over to the green. Good morning. Little late because I have to watch the Olympics. Are the Olympics on right now? I don't even know about them. I'm not watching the Olympics. I don't even know about that. But welcome in. Good morning. Okay, this one I think I used for the orange. And let me flip these. We'll do the back side. I didn't even talk to Jeff this morning about what he's doing. I assume he's just going to meet me downtown. Maybe he'll text me. Oh yeah, he said he had a big safety meeting this morning. I forgot about that. All right. Let that dry up a little hot minute. It started on the 6th and it goes for 2 weeks. Oh. Let's see. Is it like the real Olympics, or is it like the Winter Olympics? Is there figures? The question is there figure skating? Because I like that. I also like gymnastics. Do they have that on? Just popping in to wish everyone a great day. Well, thank you, Dawn. And we hope you have a lovely day as well. Good morning, Lou. I have no coffee. Cinnamon roll protein shake. That sounds interesting. Yeah, Lily started this new thing where when the dogs are outside, out here, the neighbor dogs, that she just is going to bark and growl from inside the house. And Jeff thinks that's funny. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be funny when she wakes up the baby. You're not going to think that's so funny. All right, we need a little more green because that's dried up now. Gymnastics are in the summer. Oh. Well, all right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I should have went a little more, I think. There's been a couple of serious crashes already? Oh, really? that's not good. I remember when I was little, my grandma and grandpa used to always watch the Olympics. And I remember watching in like the 90s. I don't remember when it was, but it was that gal who, she was the gymnast and she had like a broken leg or ankle or something. Do you guys remember that? And she was going for the team and did like a vault or something. I remember that. And there's a few like pretty notable gymnasts I remember as a kid when I was like, and they were like super famous as being Olympians. I don't remember their names right off the top of my head now. I remember one of them was Dominique something. I don't know, she was a gymnast or an ice skater. And Michelle Kwan? Who could ever forget about Michelle Kwan? I stuck my finger in the paint. I remember that. She broke her leg. Lindsey Vonn. Lindsey Vonn had to be airlifted out from the downhill skiing. Oh my. That was this year? Ooh, whoopsie. Oopsie. Got it on my little orange spot. Alright. Got that done. 8 days before she had a torn ACL. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to run a little yellow over this brown spot where it bled out, and then we're going to call that a day. I went with golden agate. I could have gone with a little darker color maybe for this sunflower, but it's fine. You see this little brown spot? I just want to get rid of that. Just get that out of there a little bit. A little speck. Just kind of clean up around the edge a little bit. There we go. And we are done with the painting process. The thing about the painting process is it's not quick, but it is fun. Oh, I was going to paint these. What do I got available? I was going to paint these for funsies. I'm going to do them orange. I'm going to do a little two-tone. Just using up my paint. I hate to leave excess paint around. It's okay, Lily. It's the postman ringing the bell again. I don't know why they do that. They just ring the bell and then they just walk away. I don't know if it's because I have a package. Maybe that's part of their new process. Not sure. Okay, gotta let that side dry up a little bit. Sounds like, who would be ringing my bell? Although, Jefferson did tell me, just FYI, he scheduled the handy guy. Remember my dishwasher ain't working? He scheduled the handyman to come. But he's going to come when? Tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. He's going to come Friday at 9 a.m. Apparently, that was the only time that he had available. So, that's right smack dab in the middle of our morning coffee starting. So, I think I'll just wait for him to be out of here. And I'll maybe start... I don't know. I don't know if I should just cancel altogether because I don't want to mess up everybody else's time slots. Maybe I just won't do morning coffee tomorrow. I don't know. But maybe it won't take him very long. Like, maybe he'll just look at it and be like, yeah, it's completely screwed. Get a new one. You know? So... I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to play tomorrow by ear. I'm thinking, like, if he is going to try to mess around, fix it and stuff, then we might not have morning coffee. But if he just looks at it and is like, yeah, it's not working, that could take 5 minutes. I don't know. And Jeff was like, yeah, the only other time that he had was on Monday at 9:30, which is your birthday and is also in the middle of your morning coffee show. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. See, that's already dry. Sometimes when you get a little bit excessive paint in there, it takes longer, but for the most part, it don't. Yeah. For the most part, it don't. They used to do that here. Ring the bell. Well, I mean, it's kind of nice, I guess, if you're home and, you know. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess they just... I've never been in a place where they... maybe they do it because, like, you know, sometimes people steal packages. Which could be a thing. I went to the post the other day to get the stamps for the members only letters, and there was a guy there, and the gal was training, and she was telling this gal, well, this is so and so, and he don't get his packages delivered because they always steal them off his porch. So he must be a regular, and so he just has them hold all his packages at the post office. Alright, we are officially done with painting. I don't know where these beads come from. Do you guys see that? They're just random beads. Just showed up out of nowhere. I don't know where they came from. Alrighty. Now, we get to do the fun part. For my wire brush. It's not in there. And it's not in here, but look, I found my little teeny tiny hammer. For reference. That's cutie. Okay, so here I have, we're going to do the fun part. What is going on with this thing? This is actually an actual vintage block. It's seen better days. It's pretty much hashed out. But in essence, this is a nail file. You've seen these out at the store. You know, where you buff and you trim and you flip and you do all that. You can also get these at the Dollar Tree. This you can also get at the Dollar Tree. This is actually a sand block. It's a little messier, but I am impatient, and it's got a bigger grit on it, which I like. So it does have different grits. This is just a block. It comes in a block. It looks like a bar of soap. I cut mine in half, and then because it's a little more manageable. So whichever you want to use is up to you. I think I'll start here with this, and I'll show you kind of what we're working with, and you can make your decisions based on that. Okay, so here's me just rubbing off some of the paint with that little tiny thing. And then here's me going with a much rougher situation, but it's a lot faster. You see that? Now, I don't want to pull all the paint off. I just want it to look a little bit like worn. And when I do, I want to make sure that's pulling the paint off of the spiral to give it like the definition. See? And you can do as much or as little as you'd like. Here's the difference. So this one is supposed to look more worn. This one is just got like kind of the chunky blocky paint. You'll probably see more when I do the sunflowers. So the thing about this is as you're going with your little sand block, it's going to start to shed and get all over the place because it's a mess, but you do you. Now you could go with some, you could go over these with some clear gloss of some sorts. That could be Krylon. You don't have to. This is permanent paint. Once you get it where you want it, it's not going to come off. But they do make, and I happen to have it here, so I'll show it to you. They do make this. This is a glossy glaze, permanent fast drying metal sealer, and it's for patina paint. So the thing about this though is that this is gloss. They have a matte as well, which I prefer, which is why I don't usually use this, because it's like a glossy situation. Like doesn't make it look vintage, because if you put gloss on it, it looks like new. You know what I mean? So I don't usually use it too much, and I don't have the matte one anymore. I've used that all up. Randy, did you see my comment? Can you have a time slot tomorrow? Have a doctor's appointment. You can have my time slot. Oh. Okay. There are also metal stains that are not paint. Yes, they also make stains that are not paint. Yes, Vintage does. I've seen people do some painting, but it looks more translucent. That is because they're using like they have a bunch of different types of them. Okay, I'm going to start with this small one. They have like, well, we can look at it. If you guys have a minute, we can run over to the site and look at it. So I'm using this one because it's slower. You see, it's pulling off the top. It's pulling off the petals. And I just don't know. I don't want to take too much paint off these. So I'm using this smaller one. I just want to get enough off the petals where it shows that they're more 3D petals. Here's the difference. See? That one looks a little, you can see on the edge of the petals how it looks a little more like it's more 3D than if I just left it flat paint. Now if I went with this one, it might take off significantly more paint, so I'm just doing this because it's slower. They have paints, patinas, and stains. Yeah, they got all kinds of stuff. I like I said, arguably I have not used the new anything besides the Ultimate Paint from Vintage, the new version. These are the old ones. And I like these. I wish they would have just left them alone. But, you know, whatever. Here we are. But here we are. I mean, arguably they are a pain in the patus to get shaken up. I'll give you that. Lily, you get out of that cat food. Lily's eating cat food. Yeah, now even if you did this and you said, oh geez, I screwed up. Pish posh. You just go in with paint again and you try again, because this will just paint right over itself. If you got it here and you said, you know, I really don't like that, you just go again. That's all you gotta do. Because this paint will cover, because it's very pigmented. And that's one of the reasons I think that I like it so much, and it doesn't take a lot of time. Because you know me, I'm very impatient. I got those, and then I got these little guys, which I don't know that I'm gonna do too much with these. I think I'll just leave them. They're cute. They're just little two-toned little guys. Now, normally I don't always paint in the hole, because if you put a jump ring in there and it's rubbing, much like with this, it's going to take the paint off. But I don't really care. I did not do it on these. I left those silver. And these are going to be for tomorrow, I guess. Because these ones now match our beads. And those are going to be our little focally deals. Arguably, I have this thing also. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I dangle it down? I don't know. I don't know how we're going. I don't know how we're going with all that, but now we got stuff that matches, so that matters. And we could even use these as well for earrings or something, if we wanted to. We'll leave them in there. And then these ones are going to go, these ones are going to go here. Well, one of them is. Before we do that, just imagine if these were now post earrings. If you glued posts to them, those would be so cute. Anyway, I only have two, so that's not going to work. So this one goes here as the pendant for this little necklace. And I mean, I guess we'll put this one in here. Maybe we'll use it, maybe we don't. I didn't really intend on using it in here because these are going to be bracelets. I don't think I will do that. I just have this one for something else when I need it. Yeah. But I think this one's going to be really cute. It's just a way to kind of zhuzh up all your, like if you get a lot of, you know, little metal stuff and you're like, oh gee, you know, I wish this was a little more matched my stuff or a little more personalized or didn't look so, you know, how they are when they're just metal. Blasé, I guess. Okay, we'll go over here. You guys, same story, different day. So much stuff on the desk, I can't even get over here. Let's go look at some things real quickly. I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I know we're at time. My cart got up to $300 the first time I looked at Vintage. Yeah, you got to look out for them. You got to look out for them. Yeah, there's also different kinds of paints. Now, arguably, I have not tried those. Let me just... Where are we at here? So here we are on the Vintage website. See, now, I haven't been over here in a little while, and now they're out with some kind of new antiquing business. So there you go. So this is vintage.com. It is spelled V-I-N-T-A-J if you are not familiar. And most of the stuff they do is brass. So they do paints and patinas. And I just want to see all of them. Can I see all? No? Okay. So let's start with paint. So these are the paints. You can buy them individually. You can buy them in sets. These are the paints. They have iridescent paints. The one that I have in my drawer down there is this one. I have this little set of 5. I think it's this one. River Bloom. That seems right. So these are $20. Now these are the ones that I said, like, they're paints just like we use today, except for they're just a little thinner and they dry slower. Now you can do multiple coats of the paint and you'll get the same effect as these guys, the patina paints, but they are a little bit thinner. And that's my only real complaint about them. So there's those. Those are paints. Okay. Then they have vintage antiquing. Now, this is where we get into things I don't know about. I have not tried these. I don't know if you go over paint with this, if this is a topper. Kind of looks like it. Kind of looks like this is just something you would go over the top with, and it's going to leave a little bit of like an antique looking color. So you wouldn't necessarily have to paint underneath, which tells me that it's probably very thin if it's just a topper. And then they've got stain. Now, I think the stain originally came in when they introduced the wood. They have a line called Joyful Soul. Joyful Soul, I think is what it's called. Anyways, those are the wooden pop-outs. The wooden, like, jewelry pop-outs. And now they've created stains where they're just showing you right here what they look like. Again, very thin that you could put on here. In my personal opinion, you could do all that with paint. You just add water, you know? So, whatever. That's my opinion. It could be wrong, but whatever. So those are their options. They also have the painting accessories, which are right here, the silicone brush set, a silicone mat, which is easily wiped up and is nice, but I just use my little thingamabobbers. Here's the vintage block that we were just working with to take the paint off with, if you want one of those. They do work a lot better when they're new, I'll give them that. And they've apparently started doing some marbling and UV resin. So I don't mess around with UV resin because I'm scared of it. I've always had that as a thing. But that's the situation. So if you wanted to get into vintage, you would come over here and look in their paint section. Okay, so that's where those are located. Randy, exactly. Now for the patina paints, you can order them. You can order a few of them still on Ranger ink, and they do have them on clearance because they're not making them anymore. So this is rangerink.com, and you're gonna go, let's just look for patina paints. They don't have very many available, I don't think. Sometimes they only have them in the whatamajigger section, so I'm not even seeing any of them pop up. Let me get rid of the word paint. Patina. Oh, where'd you go? I saw you. I saw you. Right, oh, right here. Oh, vintage. Product not found. Vintage patina painting kits. Okay, so maybe they don't have any on Ranger right now. Vintage patina paints. So these, here's somebody from Etsy selling them. Again, since they're not making these anymore, they are getting a little harder to find. But these ones are like $4 a piece. So this is what they look like. The old label. They're from Ranger and Vintage, and they say patina paints for metal on them. Sometimes you can find them on kits. A lot of mine I got at Taylor's Falls Bead Store back in the day, and also you used to be able to get them at Hobby Lobby. See, so they're around. They're just, you kind of gotta look for them. These are the kind that they used to have at Hobby Lobby when they used to sell them in the store. But see, I don't know who these selling people are. Cleveland Art Supply. Apparently Cleveland Art Supply has them. And then there's also, let's get into a different brand. Somebody had mentioned a different brand. Who was that? A black beauty file will work just as good. Yeah, the nail files. Lumeri? Is that how you say it? Lumeri paint? Lumeri. Doing their glass. They're doing their cowboy boots. What do we got down here? Acrylic. Light body metallic acrylic. Okay, so I'm not familiar with this brand. I don't know if it's a permanent brand. Is it permanent, Gloria? Formulated to last. They will not crack, peel, or chip, even when flexible. Flexible surfaces like fabric, leather, vinyl, or rubber. Soft to the touch, wash fast on fabric. Mary paints exhibit unparalleled adhesive properties. This, I don't know if this is like, it's more like a fabric-y type paint. I don't know how it would do on metal, but it sounds like you could probably use it on metal and then do a clear over the top to seal it in. It is permanent. Okay. What is the newer paints called? It's called Ultimate Paint. Ultimate Paint. And they have a lot of other ones. You could just put, you could put like permanent metal paint. Now, I have not worked with any of these, but they're saying, let's say for jewelry. Well, here they even got Impress Art coming out with stuff. Micro Mark Heavy Metallic Acrylic Paint. So the main thing is you want to make sure that it is permanent. And if you can still use it if it's not permanent. However, if it's not permanent, you're going to want to seal it. Because that means, that's going to prolong the life. Anyway, there's a lot of options. I use it on my brass, my polymer clay. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of options, a lot of different companies, a lot of different stuff to use. But yeah, I've just been using these ones because that's what I have. And, I think the concepts for whatever you decide to use will work. Yeah. As far as like stains and stuff like that, I do like the vintage little wood pop-outs. Let me show you those. I do like those. Where are they at? The little wood pop-outs are fun. Oh, what in the world? I don't know. Vintage got a lot of stuff going on. I feel like I get lost in here sometimes. Where are they? Maybe they're down here. Maybe they're not on here. That seems weird. I don't know. I swear, every time I come over here, I feel like I'm on a different website. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, they got these little wood pop-outs. And those are really cute. And I like those. Because then you can color them and stuff. But you don't need paints to color those. You can color those with Sharpie markers. Yeah, so you just want to make sure whatever you're painting, if it's not a permanent metal paint, if you're doing metal, that you're going to seal it with some kind of like the clear sealant that I showed you. Krylon is just literally like a spray you can get at Walmart, like spray paint. It's called Krylon. A lot of people use that. They have that wax, that Renaissance wax that people use. I've never used that. I hear it's quite expensive, but it works really well. So there's a lot of different things. Is there go-to wood? Diamond glaze? Oh yeah, diamond glaze. I do like diamond glaze. That's actually like a glue, isn't it? Anyway, lots of things. What you got to be careful. Once you get in, you're in, and you're like, then you got a glue budget, you've got a paint budget, you've got a staining budget. This is how it happens. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun. So tomorrow, it sounds like we're waiting for dishwasher man to come. So I probably will not be on at 9. I can send you guys a Facebook message or like in the Facebook group and let you know like what's happening. But if he's still here, I might just come at 10, which I think is Dorothy's spot, because she says she has a doctor's appointment. So yeah. So I don't know, 9 or 10. We'll figure it out. Alright guys, well, I hope you had a fun time. I hope some of this was helpful. Feel free to go to the Facebook group and add in any suggestions that you have about, here, let me put that in the text here. Any suggestions that you have about different types of paints or things that you use. Whoops, I did it twice on accident. There's a link to our Facebook group. If you're not involved, you can get there. What's happening? You guys have to get everything? Is that what you're saying? I have Renaissance wax, but I don't use it very often. I am a completionist. I had to give up with vintage so many things. I get kind of confused about their websites. Like, I like them. I like their stuff. I think it's cool because it's very, like, you know, Art Nouveau and all that. And I like that. Clearly, I did it for my wedding. It's just, I get a little confused about, like, because they have Facebook Live, and then they have that site, that website or whatever you got to have a code for, and then they have different Facebook stores, and then they have their vintage website, and then they have vintage wholesale, and then they have another website that's vintage, but it's not any of the other one. It's very confusing. I'm like, why do we have so much stuff going on? I can't. The warehouse, they have the vintage warehouse. I'm just like, what is going on? But anyway, yeah. You can find all their links on their Facebook page. I'll tell you that much about it. Anyways, I hope you're all having a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day. Feel free to go to the Facebook group. Let us know about your paints, or if you have questions. I'm sure there's lots of knowledgeable people who can answer questions as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. I'll send you a picture of Squish on Facebook when I'm done.